It doesn't matter what your politics are. This is a topic of interest around the world and around the country right now.
Not liberal or conservative. It's not Republican, Democrat, but it is right-hand, left-hand path.
It's our lost history, our lost past, the apparent cover-ups that are going on to stop archaeological digs that might discover things that disrupt the established timeline of humanity.
The globalists are afraid of us realizing who we are because they've enslaved our minds to build what they want.
What we were taught in school involving the true history of mankind is
completely false.
Relates to, again, the mechanisms of control. You had to be in the club to know this information because it was the information that they used to keep control of the people.
Control and domination.
There's your Minister of Science, honor bound to expand the frontiers of knowledge.
Taylor, please!
Except that he's also chief defender of the faith.
There is no contradiction between faith and science.
He knew all the time, long before you found your cave. He knew. Defender of the faith, guardian of the terrible secret. That's it, isn't it, Doctor?
Basically what happens is you have this timeline that's laid out by archaeologists from excavations in ancient Egypt and Sumeria and modern day Iraq, and they go, okay, it looks like humanity sort of invented agriculture around this point, and then started building cities. That led to cities around this point. Here's some megalithic structures once they sort of got the societal capacity to do such things. And these are all going on the timeline down this way, and then all of a sudden you've got Göbekli Tepe, which is a large megalithic structure.
It's approximately 50 times larger than Stonehenge. These pillars are upwards of 20 feet tall and weigh 20 tons apiece.
That predates all of this by thousands of years.
It is at least 11,600 years old, and it could be older. According to their own data, according to all the mainstream science, TM as I call it, this is National Geographic and World Heritage Fund.org data. They all say that it's that old. At least 5,000 years before the known invention of the wheel. That's closer to 6,000 years older than the Sumerians, which we were taught was the world's first civilization.
That's the rebirth of civilizations we now know were destroyed. And now they're digging up in Europe and digging up in Asia and in the middle of nowhere, all over the place, huge pyramids buried. And so what's up with these pyramids and like what's really going on here on this earth?
It totally rewrites human history. It's this massive discovery, discovered in 1995. Within a few years, they'd excavated about 5% of the whole area. And then it just stopped, it froze, and now they are building things over it. They're reburying parts of it. They're saying we're going to leave this to future generations.
Future generations, exact words. It's in writing.
In 150 years, we'll let people excavate this.
That's 4 generations. That means your great-great-great-grandchildren will be the ones to finally see it all on Earth.
The question is why? Why would this incredible discovery that was discovered nearly 30 years ago, why would they only excavate 5%?
That's a fantastic question. In fact, that's the $1 million question.
It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing to know globalists know our real history and they're keeping it from us. Trying to keep what our real destiny is.
It turns out we don't know anything about human history.
And maybe we need to expand our mind a little bit more.
It's beyond fascinating. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to think about where humanity comes from and how old we really are.
If you know anything about secret societies, the Freemasons being sort of the paramount example, they are very proud of tracing their heritage back to ancient Egypt. And you go into their temples and it's all Egyptian iconography.
This is why the Queen of England even had Egyptian motif all around her.
She said she owes her lineage to that.
Yes, exactly. It's all connected. These people are directly connected. They believe they're part of the direct bloodline. You really analyze and look what they believe in. They really truthfully believe that it's their job and their right to rule over mankind. They're developing these technologies now, these technologies that are going to literally wipe out the majority of jobs on the planet.
And not everybody can be a robot polisher.
They want to have people on the planet, but they don't want too many. Their end game is to control the amount of people on the planet, to control all of the resources, to drip drap down in more levels of advanced technology in terms of energy and resources like that in a way where they can maintain the top level of the pyramid, the apex, and other people are in the middle and a lot of people at the bottom. It's about keeping complete control and domination over the population. If we don't take back control of this planet with the technology that they've developed now in terms of immortality and extending lives, they will sell us time.
None of the elites are atheists. They actually believe about this whole plan.
Yes, they know all about it. They're well versed in this information, which is why it shows up in a lot of Hollywood movies all the time. It's edutainment is what they're giving. It's edutainment, but a lot of people are too ignorant to see exactly what's going on. They're getting all this stuff from ancient text tablets.
I discovered evidence of a simian culture that existed long before the sacred scrolls were written. Objection! These remarks are profane and irrelevant. The more ancient culture is the more advanced.
Man was here first. You owe him your science, your culture, whatever civilization you've got.
Then answer me this. If man was superior, why didn't he survive?
I know the globalists are obsessed with this. They know this, and they don't want us to understand it.
They wanted to keep us enslaved for all eternity, but we're now breaking out of that. We just got to get out of it mentally. Because once we figure this out, it's over for them.
If we were more advanced, we just don't know it, which is clear. Then what's our real story?
The advanced technology that maybe these people had.
Maybe there are certain powers that be that have evidence and they're trying to suppress it.
So that we wouldn't know that, infinite energy is possible, these sorts of things that would be hugely disruptive for human society. So to protect the systems that keep us alive, we've got to hide this information. This is like what archaeologists dream about. I mean, this is what they want. They go to sleep at night dreaming of wandering through a field and discovering a stone that looks out of place, and you dig down and suddenly you're discovering this thing that rewrites all of human history. I mean, this is I don't know if there's any other industry like this where you can find something like this that's so valuable for human history, for our timeline. And yet 5% of it has been excavated in nearly 30 years?
The site is comprised of various enclosures which include approximately 200 T-shaped pillars. And at this time, only 72 of them have been unearthed. And what's so important about that is that these pillars are telling us a story. It's a question, and it's of significant historical as well as religious context. Why on earth is the World Economic Forum even remotely associated with this project?
They aren't even protected. I mean, planting trees over it, the roots are going to destroy it. So even if you're not going to excavate it, why are they destroying it?
This site might provide evidence that completely, debunks the narrative they've been sharing, and they don't want mankind to understand.
Up there, in the face of that cliff, there is a vast cave. And in that cave, a fabulous treasure of fossils and artifacts. Lieutenant, fetch your explosives. We're going to seal up the cave. Yes, sir. Seal the cave? That is correct, and you will both stand trial for heresy.
It is complete nonsense to suggest that some cavemen, during their downtime, when they weren't fighting off mastodons and saber-toothed tigers, that they were like, well, hey, let's construct 200 pillars that
maybe celestial in organization.
Cave drawings from Greece to Africa to Russia to the Americas of the same constellation.
There's clearly something more here.
The flaw lies not in anatomy, but in the brain.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Listen, human beings on this planet are the prisoners, but we're also the prison guards. It's really up to us. At the end of the day, we have to look in the mirror and realize that everything that's happened to us is partly because of our collusion through silence and through non-action. It's this evil energy that wants to stop us from progressing, but in the end, light always wins. Sitting in a well-lit room right now, I can't inject any darkness, even if I have a dark thought, into this room to make this room dim. But if I turn all the lights off and turn on my cell phone light, all the darkness will flee from that light instantaneously. So it shows the power that light has over darkness. So they may try to slow me down a little bit, they may blindside me, but they can never stop me. And because I know the power that's in me, and I know the divine energy that I have, and I know how to walk in my power, I know how to convey that power to the world, there's nothing they can do to take people like us down. And I mean absolutely nothing. So when you have that mindset and understand, it's the test, man. How bad do you want to be able to do this? How bad do you want to free humanity? How bad do you want to help the world?
How can scientific truth be heresy? If it's true, they'll have to accept it.
Oh, no, they won't.